Hello students. So as we discussed earlier, we're heading up to another type of relation, which is transitive relation. Now, what is transitive relation? Let us consider an example. Suppose we have taken an example of parallel lines earlier. That again I'll take. Suppose there is a line L which is parallel to line M, and line M in turn is parallel to some other line, say P. Then we can say that line L is parallel to line P. Okay, we have seen such examples in our earlier classes, standard 7th, 8th, 9th. Best example, say trapezium. Okay, it's not, oh my god, it's not looking like a trapezium. Okay, now it's looking at trapezium. Okay, so this is an outdated line. Do not bother this. Okay, trapezium ABCD. This is a line which is parallel to line AB. This is also a line which is parallel to line AB. This is another line which is parallel to line AB. This is another line which is parallel to line DC. AB is parallel to DC. Take one such line. Suppose I take this line. You must have all studied the basic proportionality theorem, isn't it? Thales theorem. Or you must have also studied this. If suppose these 1, 2, 3. If these three parallel lines make equal intercepts on any transversal, then they make equal intercepts on any transversal. This also you have studied, isn't it? So standard 9th, it was a theorem which was proved by basic proportionality theorem. And later on you studied similarity of triangles. And in 9th standard, midpoint theorem was a particular case of basic proportionality theorem. And later on it became generalized in 10th standard. So neatly it was explained. So here also we can see that suppose there is line L. Line AB is parallel to line L, and line L is parallel to line DC. Then AB is definitely parallel to line DC. So in this way, the relation of parallelism is being transferred from first line to the third line. So in this way, we can understand the transitive relation. Suppose a relation R, if a relation R consists of, if R consists of ordered pairs of type XY and YZ, and also with confirmation of existence of X comma Z. If you confirm that X comma Z is also present, then that particular relation R will be called as the transitive relation. If at all elements of this type are present, then X comma Z should be present. That means if a relation R is there, irrespective of on which set it is defined. Suppose we are taking 1, 2, 3 only. You take best example, set A. And if I say that relation R is defined on set A, say R1 only, then 1 comma 1 is there, 1 comma 2, then 3 comma 2. Suppose this is the set of ordered pairs R1. I want to ask whether R1 is transitive or not. So I will see. 1 comma 1 is present in relation R. That means X comma Y. Now Y comma Z. 1 comma 2 is present in relation R, then whether first and last element ordered pair, whether this implies that first comma last, that means 1 comma 2, whether it is present. Yes, it is present in relation R1. So can I say that it is transitive? The whole relation R1 is transitive? No, I have to check for each and every pair of ordered pairs. So 3 comma 2. 3 comma 2 is present, and I'll need for minimum condition to be satisfied, I need one more element. So 2 commas, there is no such element. So XY and YZ type of elements are not there only. So therefore this we need not worry about it. Now I have to check whether no, there is no such other type of element. See, 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2 is present, 1 comma 2 is present. Now 1 comma 1 is present, 1 comma 1 is present, 1 comma, automatically it comes 1 comma 1, 1 comma 1, 1 comma 1. So it is XY type of element, Y comma Z type of element, X comma Z. So there is no need to write 3 times. Okay, for this ordered pair it is done. Now what about these two elements? There is no such distinct pair of ordered pairs. Minimum requirement, XY and YZ type of elements, they are not present. So if they are present, XY and YZ type of elements, then XZ we should search. Then only it will become transitive. Otherwise, if they are not present only XY, YZ, so automatically it becomes transitive. So yes, this is a transitive relation. I see that R1 is a transitive relation. So you should understand very importantly that what is a transitive relation, what is a reflexive relation, and what is the symmetric relation. Now I claim, suppose there is another relation R2. Suppose we have R2 relation. Defined on set A. Suppose I am taking 2 comma 3 and 3 comma 1. Then we have 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 2 comma 1. Now let us discuss whether R2 is transitive or not. So again we have to see one by one. Okay, 2 comma 3 is present. That means XY type of element is present. XY, YZ, then XZ. Like this you do. XY, YZ, then XZ should also be present in the, should imply XZ. XY and YZ belong to R implies XZ belongs to R. Suppose this condition is satisfied, R2, sorry. So 2 comma 3 belongs to R, 3 comma 1 belongs to R. Whether 2 comma 1 belongs to R? Yes, it belongs to. So for this done. Now 3 comma 1 belongs to R, 1 comma 1 belongs to R. So common element you should always find. How it was common like this. This Y element is common to Y element. See, one common link should be there so that this transitive relation will be transferred through this element Y from first ordered pair to the second ordered pair, or you can say that from first element of the first ordered pair to the last element of the second ordered pair. So I can say that this relation, so 3 1 1 3 1 1, whether 3 1 is present, 3 1 is there, 1 1 is there, whether 3 comma 1 is there, yes, here only it is we can find. So again this transitive relation is done. Now let us go for ordered pairs in which 2 will be the common element. So 1 comma 2 is present, 2 comma 3 is present, 1 comma 3 is not present. See, 1 comma 3 is not there. So this is the counter example which illustrates. For example, 1 comma 2 is present, 2 comma 3 is present, but 1 comma 3 is not present, hence it is not transitive straight away. Okay, we have to write like this. 1 comma 2 is present in R and 2 comma 3 is present in relation R2, right? R2. But 1 comma 3 does not belong to R2, hence it is not transitive. So this is the best illustration through which I am able to make you understand, I can be able to explain what is basically a transitive relation. Okay. Now, in your textbook, there are certain examples. Like for example, say, I would like to take an example on a transitive relation. A relation R, it is comprising only one element like this. And they are asking whether it is transitive or not. And they say that it is transitive because it does not comprise of xy and yz so as to find out xz element. So by default it becomes the transitive. It is transitive. It is a transitive relation. But if I write another example, R is equal to 1 comma 2 and 2 comma 1, so is it transitive? Definitely not. It is symmetric, but it is not transitive. It is symmetric 100%. But it is not transitive. Now again, by default, every empty relation is always symmetric as well as transitive. So every symmetric relation is symmetric as well as transitive. So this statement, you make it a point, you practice it. So I hope you understood what is a transitive relation. If you want, I will explain once again, but please make notes of it. Please read the NCERT textbook. If you don't understand anything, I will definitely explain. Whatever doubts are there, you please come forward and you discuss with me. I'll explain you how a particular relation becomes reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Okay, in the next relation, I will explain what is an equivalence relation and we'll take different examples and we'll solve the exercise 1.1 and we'll go through symmetricity, transitivity and all. Okay.